Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days and welcome to this high five final opponents for the Undertaker video. The reason that I thought of doing this was because we all thought at the end of WrestleMania 33 that the Undertaker was done. He lost his match to Roman Reigns, took off his hat, took off his jacket, left it in the ring and walked away. So we all thought he had retired, and there was merchandise that said "Thank you, Taker." The crowd were chanting "Thank you, Taker." Everyone thought he was done. But then at WrestleMania 34, he answered the challenge of John Cena, came out, and they had a very quick match. And then recently it's been announced he's gonna compete again. He will be at the greatest Royal Rumble in a casket match against Rusev. It was Chris Jericho. Then it went back to Rusev. It was very messy, but it is going to be Rusev. But what's to say Rusev doesn't win that match, put the Undertaker in the casket, and then he's never seen again? It would be unlikely, but they could go in that direction. Undertaker's health isn't what it used to be, which is why his match at WrestleMania 34 was so short. I think it clocked in at just under 3 minutes in length. So with that being said, I gave it some thought, and this is a list of the 5 people that I would love to see have that final match against the Deadman. And at number 5, this is maybe a real outside shot, Sting. The reason I've gone with Sting is this is one of the all-time dream matches. You're talking about the icon. You're talking about the face of WCW taking on the Deadman, the Undertaker, at WrestleMania. In truth, it wouldn't have to be at WrestleMania. They could do it anywhere. Clearly, the Undertaker has been cleared to work. Sting hadn't been cleared to work the last time I heard, but he did say that he would come back for one more match, only if that opponent was the Deadman. This is a match that people want to see. It would be 50-50 as to who would win. Personally, I would want Sting to get the victory. Sting has only ever had one match at WrestleMania, if the match was at WrestleMania, and he lost that to Triple H. So I would like to see Sting get his moment, pick up that victory. Undertaker doesn't need that victory, and it could be that loss that really cements the idea to the Undertaker that retiring is his only option. Number 4 on the list, I thought we would go for a younger talent, and I've got a young talent that more than deserves the honour of being the Undertaker's final opponent. That person is the current NXT champion, Aleister Black. Aleister Black has just got one of the best entrances in WWE at the moment. It's very gothic, it's very dark, it's very similar to The Undertaker. Both of them fantastic strikers. Obviously, Aleister Black, kickboxing skills as well. Really is one for the future. A very big man, very imposing. And I just think that these two have quite a similar style with their hard-hitting striking styles. And I do think Aleister Black would get a great final match out of the Deadman. Number 3 on the list, this is a no-brainer. I'm sure some of you thought of this name as soon as we started this video. Daniel Bryan, who has just returned from about 3 years away from the ring because of injury and concussion-related injuries. He is back. Why don't we get Daniel Bryan versus The Undertaker one-on-one? This is a match that can only happen now. If you leave this a year or two, it won't happen. I don't think Undertaker is around for that much longer. It's a now or never situation. And you are talking about one of the most over superstars that WWE has ever seen. What better than to put him in a one-on-one singles encounter with maybe the greatest superstar that WWE has ever seen? Number 2 on the list, and we're going back to that kind of younger talent, if you will. This guy maybe isn't as young as Aleister Black, but he is still relatively new to the roster. I'm talking about Braun Strowman, who's only been in WWE for a handful of years. Really, his breakout year came I'd say a couple of years ago. 2017 was epic for him. He was getting some fantastically outrageous moments, tipping over ambulances, tipping over stages, tipping over production trucks. Anything that was around, Braun Strowman was tipping it over. Well, maybe he could tip over The Undertaker for one last time. This was a match that was rumoured a few years ago, and fans just did not want to know. Braun Strowman at that time was just another big guy. He hadn't done all of the cool stuff that he's done now. He hadn't had a chance to really show his personality. When he first came in, he came in as a member of the Wyatt family, and largely he was just behind a mask. And then he would take it off, destroy a few people, and then leave. So it was hard for people to kind of invest in that. Now we know lots more about Braun Strowman, about what he can do, and some of the moments that he's given us. Fans absolutely love him. This match would be red hot, no doubt as to who wins it. It has to be Braun. But I just think that this would be an epic final encounter for the deadman. If you're gonna go out, you might as well go out fighting the very, very best. And Braun Strowman is right now one of the very, very best. But that brings us to number one, top of the tree. And for me, there's no doubt, if you are going to end The Undertaker in WWE, if you are going to retire that character, then a torch should be passed. I don't think you can pass that torch to Daniel Bryan. I don't think you can pass that torch to the likes of Sting. I think Aleister Black is an interesting option, but for me, the only option would be Finn Balor. You are going to do the Deadman against the Demon King, and to have Finn come out with his entrance, with the body paint, and have him be the Undertaker's final opponent, it's just so visually striking that it would live long into the memory. That moment where you have Finn in his body paint and you had the Deadman standing there face to face could be this generation's Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant. You know, you could build Finn up and get him ready for what would easily be his toughest ever challenge. This would have Wrestlemania main event written all over it. It's something they could certainly work towards. I'm not sure it's something they would do. Vince McMahon doesn't seem to be that hot on Finn Balor, but I would say the WWE Universe certainly were. And I think it was reported only the other day, Finn Balor is in the company's top 5 when it comes to the superstars that sell the most merchandise. That's a big indicator that Finn is connecting with the crowd. This would be huge. No two ways about it. The Demon King versus the Deadman. Awesome, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I was tempted to talk about AJ Styles, but really, I don't think AJ needs that match. He's already at the mountaintop. I thought about Chris Jericho. I was very excited when it was going to be Undertaker versus Jericho in that casket match. But again, I just feel that these are more viable options. Do we really want to see two part-timers go at each other? I know that I put Sting in the top 5, but I really feel that's a dream match that WWE Universe has been waiting for. So that would be my only exception, which is why Chris Jericho didn't make that list. But I would love to know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, hit the subscribe, all of that good stuff. And hopefully, I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.